First, Helen shows how we touch noses, which is a safe way of being curious about almost anything. Next, I'm going to show you how I take cardboard packaging and turn it into these cat scratching bricks that you see here. Whichever box you choose, you're going to want to make sure you cut parallel to the wavy side of the box as opposed to the smooth filled in side. This is just a box I had laying around, and that is what I'm showing you on. I usually begin by cutting at the fold lines, but you can measure them literally any way that you'd like. I find orienting them horizontally makes them last longer, and as you see, they really like them. She's like, what? Smaller boxes like we're using here, I usually let the box flaps decide the size of the scratcher that I'm going to make. And then I usually end up using those smaller sizes when I cut up larger boxes, as you'll see later. Most of the time, I just eyeball the cuts. You can obviously take a piece and measure and mark it with a pen, as you see me doing, but it's usually unnecessary. After everything is cut, it is on to gluing. In this video, you'll see me use a PVA glue. I'm almost at the end of it here. With whatever glue you're using, you're going to want to just attach them together, make small little bricks, and make sure one of the sides is smooth and flat. And then repeat ad nauseum. But in reality, it takes about 2 or 3 decent sized boxes to make one for a normal sized cat. And you can see everybody really enjoys when I do like crafty things. They all hang out. I have a toy on my wrist, which is a great way of getting your own cats involved in activities like this. I always find that when cats are included or given a safe space to watch an activity, then it's much easier to have them around while you're doing stuff, as opposed to having to remove a cat whose curiosity is getting in the way of whatever it is you're trying to do. He gets a big kick out of trying to figure out where the kitties on the laptop screen are and if they can see her. And that she'll do right into a time lapse of this same process on a bigger box. Once you've gotten all of your pieces together, you're going to glue the little bricks into one large brick, as you see me doing here. I like to put the flat sides on the ground, obviously, because that helps keep them flat. You're going to give them a good squeeze. You can turn them up on their end to make sure they're flat. Once you've got them all stuck together and you've made sure that the edge is flat, just put them away to dry overnight. Here you'll see I have a collection of them. This one is very, very used. You can see the wavies have been dug out pretty bad. And I'm just taking off the rubber foot that helps them from moving around. I also like to put like pieces of scrap wood on them so that they're solid when they go to use them. But you could use new wood if you felt so inclined. I will show you how to attach the wood on the bottom if they're uneven, so that they don't wiggle when the cats are actually scratching them, because the cats really notice when it isn't level. You'll see me using PVA glue here, but I have used cornstarch glue in the same way, and it works just fine. You can see the honey come over and give it a quality check. she checks, it's got a little wiggle to it, so I don't think this passed for her approval. You can see when I'm holding it, she likes it much better. So the wiggle, no good. To fix that, you can usually just use a scrap piece of cardboard. So I take this one right here and slide it under the wiggly corner, and that sturdies it up a little bit. So I just cut a little strip and again fit that to make sure that it works, and then it's just a matter of putting a little bit of glue on it, slipping it back underneath the scratcher, and then I like to find something heavy like to weigh it down. The final bit of the process for me is just tidying up whatever scrap wood that I happen to use. These ones you can see are stained and the edges are funky, so I usually just take some white paint that I have lying around and finger paint the edges. I use a glove here, but feel free to skip them. Once that's done, you can glue the pieces on to the side, the irregular sides of the cardboard. It sticks pretty well, and then just let them dry. The main goal here is that this is how recommended that you recycle cardboard boxes, is by cutting them up into smaller pieces, and this is just a way to upcycle into something that's useful between being recycled. My cats really seem to like them. Get creative, have fun, and from all of us, thank you for watching.